Coming up on Signal by Sony, we'll meet the Oscar-winning makeup artist who brought the Men in Black aliens to life.
Not to mention a cool new Sony product debut. We'll have another first look for you. Plus, DJs and music makers have a new high-tech tool in their arsenal thanks to LL Cool J. Signal by Sony starts right now. Hey guys, Anthony and Samia here for Signal by Sony, a show about everything Sony makes, including movies.
That is right, Anthony. And one of the biggest movies to hit theaters this summer season was, of course, Men in Black 3 with a star-packed cast. But you know, I'd argue that the real stars of the Men in Black franchise are the aliens.
Absolutely, and those aliens come to you from the mind of 7-time Oscar-winning makeup artist Rick Baker, who created American Werewolf in London and gave me a year's worth of nightmares when I was 7.
Speaking of nightmares as a child, he actually also did Thriller, Michael Jackson's music video. Yeah,
wow.
It's crazy. Well, you know, I recently had the pleasure of chatting with Rick Baker at a studio in Los Angeles, and I learned a lot about his career, his creative process, and how he came up with all the space creatures we've come to know and love. After 4 decades of making movie monsters, Rick Baker knows a thing or two about bringing unique aliens to life.
You know, it was really tough on the first Men in Black we didn't quite know the tone of the film and what Men in Black was, you know, none of us did. And like all films, you know, they kind of evolve and mutate. They just said to me they want to see aliens like unlike anything they'd seen before.
And he doesn't just churn out someone else's ideas, he's also a major creative contributor.
From my very first film, I had things to say. They didn't want to hear it, you know, and I was very annoying. I want to make it as cool as possible, so I would always suggest things. For example, this little green man in the guy's head was not in the script. That was something that we came up with and suggested and pitched to them. When Edgar stretches his skin out and you see this weird alien form underneath, that wasn't in the script. And the funny thing, one of the aliens that's appeared in all 3 of the Men in Black films are the worm guys. And the worm guys were something that we did before we got any decisions about what was going to be in the film. And again, as the movie mutated, it turned out we needed these aliens for a scene that was going to shoot very quickly. And I said, well, we actually have something we already have a mold of that I think would work, and these were the worm guys. And they turned out to be one of the more popular aliens.
One of his challenges is making space creatures that can both scare the audience and endear them.
When I was pitching Boris in Men in Black 3, one of the first things they said was, hey, you know, I think he's too scary. He looks a little too scary. I went, okay, Men in Black 1, Edgar, you know, Vincent D'Onofrio, it was pretty scary. I mean, he could be in a horror movie, you know, his skin was falling off and rotting, and he was a successful character. And the whole idea, when I came up with the idea of the weasel thing, which is this weapon, Boris's weapon, and have it actually go into his hand and become part of him. They went, ooh, that's kind of gross. And I go, yeah, and his kids are going to love it, and it's going to be cool, you know. And so what if there's afraid of something? So many people were afraid of the Wicked Witch of the West, but it's everybody's favorite movie. That's part of what kids like.
Being the sci-fi master that he is, one thing Rick's learned is to focus a little less on science and a little more on the fiction.
I used to, when I would try to think about a design for an alien, first try to imagine the planet that he's from and what the environment was, you know, to try to come up with, you know, an alien design that made sense for where he came from. After a while, it just was like, you know what, forget that stuff. Let's just make something that looks cool. You can get fixated on the science and the physics of it, and it's not always the right way to go.
And with so much creative energy spent on bringing the aliens of his imagination to life, he also has thoughts on real life in outer space.
I can't conceive of there not being life on some other planet in the universe. I mean, the universe is so vast. But I'll tell you, I'm hoping that I see at least a friendly alien, land in, in Washington D.C. or whatever, like in science fiction movies. I mean, I just think that would be so cool to actually see a life form from another planet.
But enough about aliens. What kind of movie monster does he really want to tackle?
I've never done a Frankenstein film, and Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein, was one of the reasons I do what I do. And it is very much what I do. You know, I mean, not that I sew dead bodies together, but I make something out of things, that didn't exist before. I created something that didn't exist before, and it looks alive.
Well, whether it's another Frankenstein movie or even a Men in Black 4 in the future, it's a good bet that Rick Baker will be the go-to makeup artist, even in the ever-changing landscape of special effects.
Digital stuff has definitely taken away a lot of our work, the animatronic part especially, but it's also contributed to our work. And I I stay real current with it just because I enjoy it as well. I do computer animations for fun and model in the computer for fun, and I actually made some of the models that we used in Men in Black 3 on my computer here at the shop. I mean, I designed them and built them as a 3D model, and then I could give them to Sony ImageWorks to animate. But also, I like learning new things and playing with new things, and I'm always trying to find a new and a better way to do stuff. So I embrace the technology.
This is a very confusing time in my life.
All right, here's a fun fact. Not only does Rick Baker do the makeup, but he sometimes actually makes a cameo appearance in the films he's worked on. In fact, you'll even see him in Men in Black 3 as one of the aliens. He's the one with the big exposed brain, so make sure to watch out for him.
A big exposed brain. Keeping an eye. That should stand
I know,
out, right?
Like aliens.
Okay, switching gears now to another exciting new gadget from Sony. Earlier today, I was visited by Dave from Sony's home video team to give us an exclusive first look at the new Internet Player with Google TV. So tell me, what is new about this Google TV product? What is different from the others that we have seen before?
Well, of course, this generation box has the same capabilities as the other generation. So this box allows you the ability to very easily jump between searching on the internet or searching what's on your cable box or whatever you want to find on the web.
Cool. So if we're familiar with Google TV, if we've used those products before, we're going to see all the same sort of apps and functionality that we've seen before.
Absolutely. And in fact, the apps are growing. We have over 1,000 apps available now.
Then the main difference, obviously, just looking at it very quickly, seems to be form factor. This has been updated quite a bit.
Yes. So this is the new remote control. It's a very simple to use remote control, very similar to a cell phone. In fact, when you're on a web screen, you can actually pinch and pull to
Very
reduce
cool.
or enlarge. Also, it has a full QWERTY keyboard on the back, and it is backlit.
So that's nice. I mean, the controller that came previously, I was really in love with, having been familiar with like gaming and stuff like that. But I can see how this is a very kind of simplified and streamlined version of that.
Absolutely, and the cool thing is at night now you can actually do your searching.
Right on.
One other cool thing that we built into it is it's got a multi-positional sensor. So who knows what kind of apps are going to come out that will allow you to interact with it.
And have you guys built some functionality into the box that takes advantage of that already?
The box actually talks to this through Bluetooth.
Okay.
So it allows you wirelessly to do whatever you want remote-wise without having to worry about keeping line of sight and keeping your IR straight ahead.
And so let's talk about the form factor of this then.
Sure. So this is a very obviously small box. There is no Blu-ray player in here, but it does have the HDMI in and out, so you plug your cable box directly into the back of it, and then this into the TV. It has optical out, so if you want good sound quality, you can. Also has an IR emitter that plugs right into here and can control either your set-top box, your TV, or
cool.
your cable box.
So one remote will control just about everything you've got.
Exactly. Also LAN, but also built in is Wi-Fi. So connect it any way you want. And also two USBs. So you have a lot of growth capabilities built into the box. And when you're setting this up, it'll actually ask you if you're connecting it to a Blu-ray player and can actually get information, metadata information from the Blu-ray disc and actually show you information on the screen.
Cool. Well, do you want to show off some of this new functionality with the remote?
Sure. Why don't I... Let me go ahead and search for Spider-Man, a new movie that's coming out soon, and show you the different kinds of things that this unit will pull up.
So this is a global search that you're pulling up here
I'm
from
pulling
anywhere.
up a global search, and as you can see, I can pull up any TV and movie video results.
Cool.
I can search from Google, and these are sources, let's say Netflix or other online services that actually may even have the movies.
Okay.
So I pull up what I want, and then I can go and search for it. And if that's too big and I want to see more, I can just make it smaller. There we go. Or I can make it larger.
Oh, nice.
I can go back and let's look at some of the other services that are available. Let's look at this movie. It's available from one source, okay?
And then it's got related stuff down here as well.
Stuff as well. So it makes finding what you want very seamless, very easy.
So that's nice. So if you're a member of 4 or 5 different video services, it's going to pull up everything that you could potentially watch it on.
Exactly. And let me show you the applications that are on here. We do come with quite a lot of applications, Amazon, AOL, and some other services, including Netflix and
Great.
Music Unlimited. There are thousands of applications you can put on here, and this is smart enough to know what applications are on it and can help search through those applications as well.
Cool. Obviously comes with a bunch of great apps loaded on there already, but what if I wanted to find some more things that are kind of relevant to my interests?
Oh, very simple. Just go down to the Google Play Store, select it, and it'll come up with some recommendations. What would you like to see?
What do we got for gaming?
Well, let's go to other games.
Okay.
And here's a whole bunch of different kinds of games.
Awesome.
A lot of them are free.
And so this is showing everything from the Android market that is going to work on a Google TV device.
This is everything that will work with this device, yes.
So we've seen some movies searching, we've seen some game searching. What else kind of stuff can we do with this?
You know, we talk a lot about movies because it is connected to your TV and that's what people like to do. But it also has some great capability as far as just lifestyle searching. For example, if you like cooking, we can go ahead and just search for cooking. And it will go ahead and pull up TV shows, it'll pull up the web.
And that's global, that's from everywhere, right?
That's from everywhere. And remember, this box really gives you the full power of the internet.
And then in terms of like setting it up and getting all this stuff running with your services and working, how does that work?
So it's very simple. As you set it up, you go into settings. Actually, when you first turn it on, it'll automatically prompt you there. But we can go right into settings and it'll talk you through the different steps. How to set up to the internet, how to choose your video source and everything else. And then it'll even teach you how to program your buttons, including your guide, your DVR, and your TV, so that you can control multiple things using this Bluetooth remote, which once again means you don't have to be aimed right directly at the TV.
Right.
You can just go ahead and just be casually sitting back, relaxing, and surfing the web.
Now, as always, if you want to get more info on Sony's Internet Player with Google TV or any new product we show you on Signal, make sure to visit the Sony website.
All right, all you aspiring DJs and music masters out there, listen up. If you ever wanted to create your very own recording studio, Sony has teamed up with Future Sound's My Studio Connect to make that happen for you. Now, if you're not familiar, Future Sound's My Studio Connect is a web-based app that allows you to record, edit, and produce music in real time with multiple people in any location. And it was created by none other than LL Cool J. So you may know him as a rapper and an actor, but he's also something of a tech geek too. Recently, I had the chance to talk to him about his latest project and how he thinks it's going to change the way that we record music. So I'm here with LL Cool J, and I would expect to see you at a concert. I would expect to see you at a movie premiere, maybe a book signing. But now we are at a software launch.
What you're seeing today is the launch of My Connect Studio, collaboration between Sony, Boom Dizzle, and Dolby. My Connect Studio is a software program that allows multiple musicians in different geographic locations to go online, log on, connect with each other, and create music in real time.
Give me the track, let me hear the track, let me hear what you're working with. In debating, bowl so long, just starving like Marvin for a Cool J song. If you cried, I thought I judged you definitely was wrong. Took a thought plus I brought creator along.
Now, I feel like I've heard about artists collaborating on tour, collaborating in two different locations before.
Yeah.
But has this not been technology that's been available?
Well, yeah, people have collaborated, but what they've done is I'll email you a track. You'll do your vocals, you'll sing your part, then you'll email it back to me. Then I'll do my rap, then I email it back to you. So what we did is we made it so that you can actually go online, just like you're on the telephone, you can go online and create music in real time. So add the bass line, okay. Change this, okay, do your vocals over. I don't like that, do it again. And then you can take that, dump it wherever you want to dump it, mix it, do your thing.
See, I'm rocking with L in the Sony PlayStation store. He got Boom Dizzle for more. This is a freestyle.
Hey, again, play a little of that back. Play it back, let them hear that.
See, I'm rocking with L in the Sony PlayStation store. He got Boom Dizzle for more. This is a freestyle.
You'll be able to connect with people. It won't do away with traditional studio work, and I don't think that should ever go away. I think that there's something wonderful about the live experience of being in the room with someone.
Yeah.
But for those who, where distance is a problem, whether it's economic problems or they just can't travel, this is a great way to get those artists together.
Now, how would that have changed things for you when you were starting out?
Oh man, I would have met so many artists so much quicker. New bands will be formed because of this technology. If you got, you know, Mick and Keith happen to be in different cities growing up, now they connect on the studio. They love what they, you know, they love what they're doing, and then they'll end up getting together beyond this.
I definitely feel like this is the future. You know, all of you guys, you raised on technology, most of you. Whatever music you love, that's the music you can create here.
How do you discover new artists now? How do you find new artists that you like?
You know, I think it's really online. I mean, you know, you might hear something on satellite radio, you might even hear something on terrestrial radio, but the reality is, I think a lot of new music is discovered online. There used to be a time, let's say, where like Grandmaster Flash, he had crates and crates of records, right?
Yeah.
So, and he was the only guy with crates and crates of records, right? And you know, you had your friend who had all the records. Now you have everything. It's all online. You have everything you want.
What advice would you give to new artists today?
I think it's about remaining unique and dealing with your own creative truth and not chasing whatever's commercial.
So now it's movies, music, books, fashion, software.
Yeah.
Is there anything you have not gotten into yet that you're looking to get into next?
You know what, I'm just having fun. You know, my thing is maximize your potential. It's not that I try to do everything, it's just I do all the things that I'm inspired to do. And you know, I don't want to limit myself.
Well, that's all we have time for on this edition of Signal by Sony. But if you want to watch more of our videos, you can find them at youtube.com/signal or sony.com/signal.
And if you want to watch us on the go, be sure to download the free Signal by Sony app for Android or iPhone. This is Anthony and Samia. We'll see you next time.